Hello all, I'm Guna Madhivanan from Officers IAS Academy. Friends, we are coming up with an exclusive live quiz program based on current affairs targeting 2024 prelims on a weekly basis. So every Saturday at 6 p.m. in our Officers Path channel, we will be coming up with this live quiz program. So how to participate? So for which you have to install an mobile application. So go to either App Store or the Google Play Store to download this application named Kahoot application. Download and install it. Right. So every Saturday at 6 p.m. in the live video, I will be giving you a 7-digit PIN. So you have to enter that 7-digit PIN in your installed application. In the Kahoot application, you have to enter that 7-digit PIN. Or we will give you a QR code. If you are not interested in installing the application, you can scan the QR code in the web browser. You can open the web page. In that you can enter this 7-digit PIN number and you can participate in this quiz program. So once you enter the 7-digit number, the application will ask you to give a username. So you have to give your username. Followed by your username, please give your last 4 digits of your mobile phone number. For example, my username is Guna8990, the last 4 digits of my phone number. So like that you can create your own username. That's all. You are ready to participate in the quiz. So in the live video, I will be showing you the question. The question will be followed by 4 options as usual, A, B, C, D. The 4 options will have a color code, right? So option A, red color, option B, blue color, option C, green color, option D, yellow color. So the 4 options will have 4 different color codes. So in your mobile phone, you have installed the Kahoot application, right? So the Kahoot application in your phone, in your device, it will show you 4 colored box, only 4 colored box. Only in the video which you are watching, in that live video, I will give you the question, followed by that 4 option I will be giving you. The 4 option will have a color code, right? So if you are going to choose A as the right answer, then A has red color, then in your mobile phone you will have a red colored box. You have to choose that. That's all. If the answer which you have chosen is correct, and if you have chosen that quickly, for every question we will give you 60 seconds. Assume that I am choosing A is the right answer, and I am choosing within 20 seconds, within 10 seconds, based on how quickly I choose the question. I have to choose the correct one and I have to choose it as early as possible. So the one who is choosing at the earliest will be given more points. So if I am choosing in 20 seconds, I will be given more points. If someone is choosing at 30 seconds, then relatively lesser points, right? So this is how the quiz will work. So at the end of the program, we will show you the leaderboard. Between the questions also, I will show you the leaderboard. At the end, I will show you the final leaderboard. The one with more number of points will be given a certificate, right? The idea of the quiz program is to provide you a real-time experience of solving the questions along with that competitive environment, right? I hope this program adds more value to your preparation. So along with this, we have a daily current affairs hit list series, daily answer rating initiative. So all these initiatives will give you a competitive edge in your 2024 prelims as well as mains, right? I hope this adds more value to your preparation. So see you in the quiz. Till then, bye, take care.
Good evening to all of you who have joined us for today's weekly quiz. So I'm sure all of you are excited and you all have your attention totally on the screen. I'm Sneha. I am the faculty of Indian Society and Social Issues and also CSAT at Officers IAS Academy. So quickly presenting you the first question on the screen. So here we have the first question. Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. This act has amended the Citizenship Act 1955. The question asking you, this act is not confined to which of the following states? You now have 18 seconds left to answer your question. Your options are A. Manipur, B. Assam, C. Sikkim and D. Nagaland. The Citizenship Amendment Act does not apply to which of the states? Your time is over now and the correct answer is B. Assam. So it's interesting to see many of you have got this answer right. Congratulations. So let's just let me brief you about this act. Now this act has amended the original act of 1955 and it is to facilitate acquisition of citizens to 6 identified minority communities. Which are those minority communities? Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists, Christians and Parsis from 3 different countries, Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan, who have come to India before 31st of December 2014. So this act is not confined to the state of Assam, because we saw that when this act was being brought, there were a lot of protests in Assam, and their main issue was that infiltration of migrants into their territory could change the demographic profile and could affect the culture of that region. Now we will move onwards to the second question. Yes? Okay. So, okay, show the leaderboard. Now we will show you the leaderboard. So, for the first question, Anant has answered it in the minimum number of time, and then it is Bhavitra, Ansunachu, Kayalvili and Sujit. Nevertheless, this is just the beginning. Hold your attention span onto the screen because this is just the beginning. So here we bring to you the second question on the screen. Which motion seeks reduction in the amount of the demand presented by the government? So this is a question relating to affairs of parliament. So there are 4 options: A. No confidence motion, B. Adjournment motion, C. Cut motion and D. Censure motion. You now have 13 seconds left to find out your answer. If a demand is present, an amount of demand is presented by the government, which motion can seek a reduction in this amount? So your time gets over now, and here we have the correct answer is C. Cut motion. So we see that maximum number of participants have got this answer right. Now you would be aware that when it is very interesting to see how the parliament functions, we are electing our representatives to the parliament, and there they have their own rules of procedure to discuss, debate, to hold the government responsible, to criticize, and one of the tools of parliamentary procedure is motion. So what is a no confidence motion? When it is generally moved by the opposition when they do not have a confidence in the government. Once this motion is passed, that government will have to resign. The next option was adjournment motion. Adjournment motion is introduced in the parliament to draw attention of the house to a definite matter of urgent public importance. It needs support of at least 50 members to be admitted. It can only be admitted in the lower house of the parliament. Your third option was cut motion, which was actually the correct answer. So this is nothing but whenever a demand is presented by the government, the parliament has an option to either cut it totally or cut the amount by a certain percentage or just leave it as it is. So there are 3 different kind of cut motions: token cut, policy cut and economy cut. And the final motion is censure motion. It is a motion again moved by the opposition. It can be moved either against the government or against a particular minister. Once this motion is admitted and passed, then if it's moved against the minister is disqualified. If it is moved against the government, then the government needs to be censured. Alright, so we will now move to the next question. Okay, we will again see the leaderboard. So if there is any change in the leaderboard, alright, so it looks like the top two contestants are the same, Anant and Bhavitra, but in the next three, there is a little revision. For those who are not there in the leaderboard, do not worry, we have another 13 questions, and even if you pick up the speed now, you will easily be on the top of this, alright? Because if you look at the leaderboard, there is a very small difference in terms of scores. That's, few minute seconds, you're up and down, it changes the scores. So moving on to the next question on the screen. This is again a question from Indian polity. Which term is used to describe the financing of gap between government receipts and expenditure? Option number A, budget deficit. Option number B, monetized deficit. Option number C, deficit financing. Option number D, fiscal deficit. You have another 15 seconds left. Do not give up. Read through the question, you will find some clue. You can definitely get your answer right. And on the count of 1, 0, the time is out. So we see that the correct answer is C, deficit financing. But it is very surprising to see that most of you have got the answer as D. So let's quickly understand the question. The question was telling which term is used to describe the financing of gap between government receipt and expenditure. The question is not asking you what is the difference between government receipt and expenditure call. If it's government receipt minus government expenditure, you can think it could be fiscal deficit. But it is asking how does the government finance that gap? The government finances the gap through a term called deficit financing. What does deficit financing mean? The government is spending more than it is collecting from the people. So what does the government do for such money? It will either go to the RBI to borrow that money, or it will go for fresh printing of currency. And this term is called as deficit financing. Alright, nevertheless, there's another interesting thing for people who are struggling. We have now only seen questions related to polity and Indian constitution, but very soon we will have questions from other areas also. So possibly you can try your luck there also. We will now move to the next question. Leaderboard. Okay, so for those who want to see the leaderboard, here we have the leaderboard. So we still see, oh, this is so amazing. So there we have a new contender right at the top. Congratulations, Ansunachu. I think you've been very prompt. And we see that you've come up by a very good margin. Anant and Bhavitra have moved to spot number 2 and 3. And we have Jiva, a new entrant, at spot number 5. So did you see, just with 3 questions, there can be a change in the score. However, please hold on, because next we have a question from some other subject. So here is question number 4 from the topic of history for all history lovers. Who founded the Pune Sarvajanik Sabha in 1870? Option A, M.G. Ranade, B, G.V. Joshi, C, S.H. Chiplankar, and D, all the above. A question for all history lovers. Who has founded Pune Sarvajanik Sabha in 1870? It in fact published a journal with the objective of arousing political consciousness during that time, after the Great Revolt. So on the count of 3, 2, 1, your time gets over, and the correct answer is all the above. Interesting to see, many of them have got it right, but most of them have marked M.G. Ranade as the answer. So there is a possibility that you would have studied or heard M.G. Ranade with Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, but you should be knowing that G.V. Joshi and S.H. Chiplankar have also played an important role in formation of this Sabha. So we will now look at the scoreboard and see the leaderboard and see if there's something interesting. So we see that, the match has totally changed now. So we have Ansunachu at the top, Anant retaining in the top 5, but we have 3 new players, Shantini, Shikha and Vamshi. Wonderful. So for those who are still not in the race, don't worry, because history is not going to remain always. So question number 5 is from another important subject. Here we have it from current affairs. The World Drug Report was released by which of the following organizations? Option A, World Health Organization. Option number B, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. Option number C, World Customs Organization. Option number D, International Narcotics Control Board. Sometimes you have to just be smart to able to identify. So here the correct answer is B, United Nations Office on Drug and Crime. And we see that most of you have got it right. Some of them have marked International Narcotics Control Board. Well, I think you should have got confused with drug and narcotics. And look, we were putting you a very simple question, so there's no complication here. Okay, unlike UPSC exams. So we will quickly go ahead and look at the leaderboard. So Anant and Ansunachu have changed their places now, and wonderful to see a new entrant into this. A, B, C, D, E, F, by that name we know. So welcome to the top 5 and congratulations Shikha. You have answered the last 4 questions correctly in a row. So looking forward, see Shikha, I think just in the last question she entered into the top 5. So for all of you, there are many more who have answered last 2 and 3 questions right. So very easy for you to get into the top 5. Now we have a question from International Relations. So for all the IR lovers, please look onto the screen. Question number 6. Which one of the following country is not a member of the ASEAN grouping? Thailand, A, B, Laos, C, Brunei, D, China. You have 20 seconds left to mark your answer. ASEAN is nothing but Association of Southeast Asian Nations. It's an organization of 10 countries. So now I think I've made your task even more simpler. So with the count of 3, 2, 1 and 0, your time gets over. So beautiful. In fact, most of you have got this answer right. Congratulations, China is the answer, because we know that it's a grouping of all Southeast Asian nations and China is not a part of Southeast Asia. So the other countries which are there are Malaysia, Laos, Cambodia, Indonesia, Singapore, Myanmar, Philippines and Vietnam. Now we will look at the leaderboard and see if we have somebody new entering the race. Wonderful. So Anant and Ansunachu are retaining spot 1 and 2, but Selva has entered the spot at number 4. Shantini is at number 5, but Umar 4971. You are up 9 places with this question. So you are the highest climber after this question. So congratulations and all the very best, Umar. You have a very good chance to make it to top 5. And those who are still there, I can see many of you are very close. So keep your answer. You never know when one question can change your destiny. So here we have a question number 7 on the screen. Again from International Relation. The new development bank was established by A, G20 countries, B, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which is known as SCO, then the BRICS countries, and D, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, that is ASEAN. So when we say BRICS, it is nothing but Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. On the count of 3, 2, 1 and 0, your time gets over, and congratulations, because most of you have got this answer right. It has been, the answer is C, BRICS countries. It formally came into existence at the UFA summit in Russia in 2015. So the objective was to finance infrastructure and sustainable development project in all these BRICS countries. So if you look at most of them are emerging economies, whether it's Brazil, India, South Africa. And it is also in 2018, NDB has got an observer status in the UN General Assembly. So excited to look at the leaderboard score now. Okay, so here we have the leaderboard. So we now, congratulations, look at these top 1 and 2 are retained by the original contenders, but ABCD, whoever is contending by that name, has got it to the top 3. And in fact, congratulations, you have also got 5 correct answers in a row so far. So we are close to completing the quiz 50%. We have 8 more questions, but even these 8 questions can change the scoreboard, because we will now have some more new topics and new subjects into our quiz. So here's presenting you question number 8 from environment. Which of the following ecosystems represent an ecotone? Your options are A, wetland ecosystem, B, equatorial ecosystem, C, marine ecosystem, D, none of the above. You have 15 seconds. Which of the following ecosystems represent an ecotone? So what's an ecotone? If you are able to crack that, then I think there's the answer. With the count of 0, your time has got over. Congratulations, most of you have got it right. It's wetland ecosystem. So what's an ecotone? It's a transitional area between 2 ecosystems. And a wetland, as we know, is a transitional zone between a terrestrial ecosystem and an aquatic ecosystem. Now we will look at our leaderboard. So where's the change in the leaderboard? Anant and Ansunachu, you have been playing extremely well. You have been very quick and you have been able to retain the top 2 spots. And it's interesting to see that ABCD, whoever has given 6 correct answers in a row. Congratulations. Monisha, you have come to the top 5. New entrant, all the very best. Selva, you're doing good. Just be a little more quick. You should quickly be up to the top 5. Now, for the next questions, remember, it's not just about getting the question right, but also being quick. Question number 9 from history. What is the Upveda of the Yajur Veda? A, Dhanurveda. Option B, Gandharva Veda. Option C, Shilpa Veda. And option D, Ayurveda. So we know that the Yajur Veda significantly manages the method of exhibitions of penances. So what is the Upveda of the Yajur Veda? On the count of 1 and 0, your time gets over. Most of them have got the option right, A, Dhanurveda. So the Upveda of Yajur Veda is known as Dhanurveda. It contains an assortment of short sorcery spells utilized by a particular class of clerics at the hour of penances. So now let's quickly go. It's becoming very interesting because most of you are now getting the answers right. But what's the difference? Your timing. So here we look at the timing. We have Anant and Ansunachu retaining the top 2 spots. ABCD at top 3. Monisha has come to 4 and Selva has come to 5. But Preetika, you, after answering this question, you are up by 7 places in the total and very close to all of these people. You're the highest climber. So watch out. You can quickly make to the top 5. Now remember, as I give you the last 6 questions, not just getting the answer right, but timing is very, very important. Be vigilant, hold your attention onto the screen. Here we bring to you the 10th question from geography. Which one of the following best describes the term archipelago? A shallow lagoon surrounded by a circular coral reef. Option number B, a group of islands or a series of islands. Option number C, the Earth's plant and animal life. Option number D, none of the above. So you have 10 more seconds left. Which of this term best describes the term archipelago? Alright, so again, so this is a trend. Most of you are getting the question right. So it's a group of islands that are tightly spaced, surrounded in a body of water. So you can also call them as chain islands or an island group. Alright, so we look at the scoreboard now. Is there any change? Wonderful. We have 2 new people in the top 5. So Anand, Ansunachu, ABCD, you have to be very vigilant because you now have competitors who can easily raise you through the last 5 questions. And Sujit, congratulations. Bhavitra, congratulations. You've come to the top 5 now. Now, Mati, 8809, after this question, you've climbed up 8 places. You're the highest climber. So hold on. The last 6 questions can change the game for you also. Now, most of you are getting the questions right. Please be quick to get to the top 5. Alright? So now we have a question from another subject, question number 11 on the screen. What is the term MISA law related to? A. Foreign policy, B. Defense, C. Foreign nationals, D. Internal security. So you have another 15 seconds left to give your answer. MISA law. So we are not pronouncing it because once we do that, your answer becomes very easy. So on the strike of 3, 2 and 1 and 0, your answer gets over. Your option is D. Most of you have got it right again. So I think now this is not surprising. We have a very intelligent audience with us today. So MISA stands for Maintenance of Internal Security Act. It was passed by the Parliament in 1971. It was a law passed under the internal security system. The rights of the institutions to maintain order were included in this law. When this law were implemented, many amendments also were brought in it from 1975 to 77. And it is also applied to many political prisoners. Quickly, now I'm excited to look at the leaderboard as you are. So let's see if there's some change. Wonderful. So after a long time, we have somebody taking away the top position from Anant and Ansunachu. So ABCD has quickly come to the top, but with a very small margin. So you guys have to be really quick in the last few questions. And look at this, ASDF and Harsh. Wonderful, they have quickly climbed up to the top 5. So, and now 4 players amongst all of you have been continuously giving last 3 answers right, and that has changed the scoreboard. So one question also can make a difference. So you know, the match never gets over until the 50th over if it's a one-dayer. So it's same, until the last ball you have to be vigilant. So all the very best to all of you who are contending, because most of you are now very close. I see a minimum difference of 100 points, you know, which is few seconds. Be vigilant, your attention span totally on the screen. Here again, question number 13 from Indian Constitution. Question number 12. Alright, yes. The Operation Meghdoot was the code name for option number A, to capture Goa and Anjadiv Islands. Option B, to capture the Siachen Glacier. Option C, to push back the infiltrations in the Kargil War. And D, none of the above. Most of you have already marked your answers, but we have to see who is being quick. So, alright, on the count of 3, 2, 1 and 0, here we have the answer. Option B, it was the military code name for Indian Armed Forces to capture the Siachen Glacier in the Kashmir state of India. It was launched in 1984 on the world's highest battlefield. It resulted in Indian Armed Forces gaining complete control of the Siachen Glacier. So Lieutenant Premnath Hoon led the operation, and it was a profound success, and Pakistan had to take a seat as it lost all hopes of the Siachen Glacier. So let's quickly look. I think now more than Pakistan and India, here our contestants are wanting to look at the leaderboard. So let's quickly look at the leaderboard. What's the change there? So I think the scoreboard is continued. A, B, C, D, Anant, Ansunachu, you've played really well. You have somehow retained the top 3 spots throughout, but be vigilant, it can change anytime. ASDF Harsh, well played. You've retained your spot without slipping. Again, we have 4 players who have been hitting last 4 answers continuously right. If they go right in the last 3 questions, the game can totally change. Alright, so we will now move to the next question. Question number 13. Which among the following parts of Constitution of India includes the concept of welfare states? A. Preamble, B. Fundamental rights, C. Directive principles, D. 4th schedule. The beauty of this question is once the options appeared, most of them had answered the question. So, very intelligent audience with us, or possibly very easy questions. So, we need to check with the master quiz if his questions were easy or if we've got a very intelligent audience today. So, the answer is very simple. Here we have the answer. Directive principles of state policy, that's part 4, contains the concept of welfare states. So, it aims to establish social and economic democracy through welfare state. Now, what we really want to do is the leaderboard. So, quickly, let's have the scoreboard. Again, we see a change. Selva, who was there in the top 5, slipped back and he has come back. I think Selva's favorite topic is polity and Indian constitution. So, he was doing well when there were questions. Again, with the question on polity, you've joined us back. So, Selva, last 2 questions can again be from any other topic. So, please be aware. A, B, C, D, F, very well played, retain the top spot. Anant, you have to be little more vigilant. Ansunachu, last 2 questions can change your game and you can be the top leader for today. Others, remember, all of you are just missing by very minute. Just last 2 questions, if you strike it the moment the question is asked, you will again get to the top 5. So let me not hold on to your patience. Let's quickly move to question number 14, and it is from the topic geography. Which of the following category of surface wave produces a rolling motion? And the options are A. L wave, B. P wave, C. S wave, D. None of the above. So we have 20 more seconds. The moment the topic changed to geography, people are slowly answering. Alright, so interesting. So we have the last 5 seconds left. So surface waves are created by the earthquake beneath the solid ground. That's the S wave. So your answer, so look at this. This is very, very interesting statistics. The answer is none of the above. And only 3 of you have got it right. And this changes the entire game of the leaderboard because many of you want it to be fastest finger first. So we have to see if you really got the answer right, or we have 3 or 5 new leaders onto the group. So Rayleigh's wave of an earthquake is produced by a rolling effect along the Earth's surface. So that's your answer. It's neither L nor P nor S. So let's quickly go and look at the scoreboard because that's what we're more interested into now. Oh, there's no change. So ABCD has retained his scoreboard with 9507, Anant, but I'm very sure all these people have got this question wrong. Anant, Ansunachu, okay. So Deb, you have the highest streak. You have got 6 questions right in the last. So you can be watchful of the last question. You can still enter. Alright. Anant, Ansunachu and ABCD, you need to be vigilant with the last question now. You cannot go wrong because it will change the scoreboard then. So all of you, last question on the screen. Again from geography. You don't have to be worried. It's an easy question. Winds which never change their direction. They are called as A. Permanent winds, B. Periodic winds, C. Planetary winds, and D. Local winds. We have another 15 seconds. Which winds never change their direction? Permanent, periodic, planetary and local. So the answer is C, planetary winds. Again, most of you have got this answer wrong. So I am assuming the audience we have today is very good at polity, loves a little bit of environment, but is struggling with geography. So all right, let's see what has happened with our leaderboard. But before that, let's hold on. Let me just explain what these are. So planetary winds are the type of winds that blow continuously in the same direction from high pressure to low pressure belts. They sweep across countries and oceans. So there are three types of planetary winds, very basic concept of geography: trade winds, westerlies and easterlies. So they are pressure belt control. That's why they never change their direction. Whereas the permanent winds are winds that blow throughout the year. They blow in a particular direction. There are types of permanent winds are trade winds, which blow from east to west. It flows in the Earth's equatorial region only. So, and then we have periodic winds. So these are winds which change their direction periodically, which change in season, which change in pressure belts, which change in temperature. So they are nothing but the localized differences and change in seasons. These winds change. And then are the local winds, which are, when there's something near to an ocean, mountain, lake, sea breeze, monsoon, Chinook winds. These are all winds which blow over a limited area. So what do you want to do now? Look at the leaderboard, or do we hold on to you? Okay, let's not waste any of our times. We will quickly look at the leaderboard and see who is the leader of today's general quiz of Officers IAS Academy. So at number 3, we have Selva. Beautifully played, Selva. At number 2 is Anant, and at number 1 is A, B, C, D, E, F. So this person is like the tortoise and the hare race. In the beginning, we didn't see him in the top 5. I think slowly, when all of them were become very comfortable, he came to the top 1. So A, B, C, D, F, J, F. Yeah, that is the name we know, but I'm sure you would be having an original name. So congratulations. If you can share the name, all of you, we would like to share with all of you. Then I would like to appreciate Anant, because right from the beginning, throughout the 15 questions, he has been very, very consistent. So Anant, well played. You've been vigilant, you've been smart. And Selva, I would like to appreciate his perseverance. He was in the top. He went down, he disappeared when we had a different topic. Then suddenly when we got back polity, Selva has come to top 3. So this quiz, today's winners are a very good example that every kind of person can finally win. If you are a hare and the tortoise, if you're a tortoise, if you've still not started something, you can quickly start. There are people who are persistent, they also make it big in life. And third, people who have up and down. So those people also make it to the top. So congratulations to all 3 of you, and congratulations to all those of you who have given your best, because when I look at the scoreboard, I see everybody was very, very near. And there are some people who have made a comeback after the 5th and 6th question. So for those of you, next time remember, the battle begins with the first question. So wishing you all, congratulations to all the winners. You can send a message, as you know, to the Academy at their WhatsApp number to get their certificate. And have a great evening. Signing off from this quiz is Sneha. Thank you.